Our background is kind of like everyone else's. You know, we met, we fell in love a whole bunch of years ago, 24 years ago, and met at college. And it's been kind of a wonderful story ever since. We've got how many kids now?
6.
Got six kids. And in fact, we've got a couple new ones that we've just added to our family. When most people our age are retiring with no kids in the house, we've decided we need more kids in the house. And so we've just recently, in fact in the last 2 years, adopted 2 new children. And so it's exciting to have a large family because it gives us the abilities to, well, I don't always feel young, but at least we think young because we have to. Our kids get us to it. And we do a lot of things together. We travel extensively. That's been one of the most fun things of all because we take our kids and we load them up on the plane just like most people load them up in a car, and we just go somewhere. And we go all kinds of places, and our kids have seen things that have just been, well, it's kind of a miracle. I really look at it in my life. I mean, here's a story that was kind of interesting. Do you remember when 9/11 happened? And we wanted our kids to be able to see that on a more personal way than just on television. So shortly after that, we found ourselves in New York. Actually, the ground was still smoking from the towers that were there, and that's left a permanent impression upon us and our family. And I think what this opportunity has afforded us more than anything is the ability to teach our children and to help them gain perspective in their life and how things are so much different when you have first-hand experience of those kind of things. It's been a real blessing, hasn't it?
It's just been amazing for them. It's been a bigger lesson than they ever would have got in school.
Well, as soon as that door opens and the kids come home from school, they run to the fridge. I just wanted to the school not feed these kids. I know I'm paying for the lunch bill all the time because we just kind of get out of the way so they can feed themselves before we communicate anything. You know, it's a stampede. Typically, if they have homework, that's the first thing they do. They do their homework, and then we do things together. There's weekends we have the house just full of kids.
The goal has always been that we always wanted all of the neighborhood friends to come to our house so that we knew what was going on. And so we tried to make this house a party house. And it's kind of turned into one.
And that's what we want because we know who our kids are hanging out with. We know their friends very well. We just have a lot of fun. This is a place to come. It's where everybody wants to be. There's probably no place in the country quite like St. George, you know, with the proximity of the 5 parks so close to us. There's just something new every day.
One of the things I really like about hiking in Zion's in particular, my son, Braden, my 16-year-old, he loves photography, so the 2 of us can get together. We put our cameras on and take pictures of some of the most awesome scenery in the world.
I don't know any place on the world quite like Zion's National Park. It's just such an interesting landscape that you just never get tired of it.
My definition of success is to be able to be home with my family, to be able to spend quality time with my husband, and to be able to have the financial freedom to do that.
We've decided that pretty much every Thursday is golf day. And so we've been able to go out there and make sure that we've got a nanny or babysitter, someone that comes in every Thursday, and we just set our tee times, we go golfing. We've been able to set up things in our life that are important to us because this business allows us to do it. You know, people say that money's not important, but I work 60 hours a week to chase it. And so money is important. It's important that we find a way to generate our money so that we do it in as little time as possible so that we can go out and pursue those things that really are important. And that's what MonaVie's done for us. It's gave us the capacity to decide what is important in our family and make it so we've got the time and energies and financial wherewithal to pursue it. You know, quite often you look at success and think, gosh, they're so lucky. But my experience has been success doesn't come as a result of luck. It comes as a result of planning. And so when you spend your time seeking for the vehicles that can get you what you want, I tend to think a big chunk of people will end up finding our business, our industry. This industry of networking, this career, brings so many benefits that if you're looking for financial freedom and free time, I don't know where else most people are going to go. Every person I've ever met wants financial independence. They don't recognize it, but I say that because the opposite of that is financial dependence. And I don't know anyone who sets out with that as a goal. Never. And so for us, it's just been a constant pursuit that led to this industry of network marketing. Because one thing I've recognized, you can't gain financial independence unless you've got leverage in your life. It's the most important component. And there's only a couple things you can leverage. You can leverage your time, or you can leverage your money. And for the bulk of us, we don't have money to leverage. So the only thing we've got to leverage is our time. So the real question comes down is, okay, what is the best vehicle on the planet for leveraging your time? And I'm telling you, this is the vehicle. So we found ourselves in this about 20 plus years ago and worked really hard. It took us about a year and a half to generate enough income that we could kind of live on it. But I'll tell you what, our life changed more than all the wealth that's been created thereafter. And the reason it's changed so much, that was the first $50,000 or $60,000 a year that came passively. How would that change your thinking to know that next month it was going to be there, whether you stayed in bed or whether you got up and dug ditches? It was always going to be there. And so our mindset, that's when we gained our financial freedom back in 1990. And what I like about it is that you find that you enter like a new dimension. Your mind is able to start focusing on things you hadn't focused before. Things like, well, more altruistic things. How can I make a difference today? How can I contribute to somebody else who may not be in the same circumstance in life, who may have pain or have suffering or for whatever reason? You know, we live in a world that's got a lot of challenges. And I'm telling you, we've got to be part of the solution. And you can't give someone what you don't have yourself. So the first way to help the poor is don't be poor. That's the first thing. You know, if you want to help someone spiritually, you better be spiritual yourself. You can only give what you have. And so once you recognize that your own personal battles are over and you can get out of yourself and stop focusing on you, it's amazing what differences you can make in the world.
We support the MORE Project. Our auto ship on a monthly basis pays a donation to the MORE Project. We believe in it. I think that's a big part of MonaVie and what it's done for the community of Brazil. We do need to give back, and actually we have a goal to take our kids down there and let them see what it's like down there and see the slums so that they can do everything they can to help besides just monetarily.
I love what Dallin says. Dallin says if we just grow a giant company but we haven't made any differences in people's lives, we've wasted our time. We love the MORE Project. We're excited about it, and you know, truth is we feel like we've been blessed very much, so we have to give back.